cat looks at its dead companion. Without a second thought, leaps away, then partially swims, crossing the pond with a speed matching your Palfrey's gap. Consider following it, but after it reaches a tree crown with just 2 jumps, then gets to another one with a single breath, you wipe your forehead and turn away. Gasping, wet and frustrated, you hobble back to the beaten path. Magenta seems worried, and you try to ease its soul with a few encouraging words, hoping it will leave you alone for a minute. I'm sorry, Magenta, I just need a break. I'm not doing so hot. And whoever was screaming is probably dead. Consider washing your clothes, but you need a wash tub for it, if not a stream. Put on as many dry clothes as you can, fine, hoping your wet boots won't give you a cold. Well, I did my best. Oh, what time is it? Still got 5 hours. Unfortunate thing is, only got 1 coin. That's not gonna be enough to rest. Or at least get a good night's rest. Man, I could sure use one. You ride through the open gate and swiftly dismount. A group of laughing villagers chasing after a runaway hog. A young man is hanging laundry, humming a melody you've never heard before. Oh man, I'm tired. I don't even have any coin to pay the tailor to fix my gambeson. Guess I'll just sleep on my pelt. As you prepare your belongings, you realize that the days are getting noticeably shorter. The closer you get to autumn, the less time you'll have before the beasts of the night leave their lairs. For now, it won't be that bad, but I better make sure not to waste too many hours. You lose your senses right after you lie down. In the middle of the warm, stuffy night, you are entangled by your dreams, too tired to fully wake up, too accustomed to having a mid-sleep break to just get back to sleep. You are between the realms, surrounded by visions so vivid you are tempted to reach out, touch them, and stretch them out. They are your playground. Once I realize I'm empowered, do my best to enjoy myself. I fly, defeat dragons, eat and drink whatever I want. I wouldn't dare to disturb the natural flow of dreams. I accept them as they are, hoping to spot any visions they bring. No matter how much I try, my nightmares interfere with even the most joyful dreams. I wake up sweating, gasping for air. Try to break free of this state, thinking of all the things I was meant to do tonight. When I wake up, I'm still not sure if I did anything at all. Yeah, the nightmares still keep coming. The days are getting shorter. It's warm here, but the muffled skin allows your back to rest a bit. You wake up a couple of times during the night, the smell of the cooked stew fuels your hunger, and the staff returns to the rooms once every hour or so to stir the pot. You wake up early, relieve the building, and check up on Magenta, give it water from the creek. The innkeeper is sitting near the door, from time to time carrying out another bowl with either stew or gruel. Dias is nowhere to be seen. Yeah, and I'll have 14 hours. Alright, since I'm here, might as well offer my services. A hunting trip. You'll be a messenger between a few groups of hunters that will hide in various parts of the wetlands, close to the southern road. This task will take you about half a day and may be dangerous. I don't really have much of a choice, do I? Turns out you didn't have to do much. Get your job done quickly and with little difficulty. That's good to hear. Alright, 11 hours left. I'm gonna head to Bion. See if I can repair my gambeson. Now your jacket will be partially re-sewn and re-padded. That's all I can do, can't I? Alright. Well, time to go pick up the scavenger. Village remains dead. Let's check the fish trap. Still empty. Wash myself? Helped a little. Scavenger's camp. He's still here. Alright, gather your bags. I'm taking you to Halversdale. No, we're heading for Pell to the north. Scavenger keeps asking you to watch out for beasts and wraps the sharper scraps of iron in his cape. Folding the tent and putting it on your horse takes a while, and neither of you can sit down on the large pile of sacks and bundles. There's a long walk ahead of you, but for Magenta, it won't be much of a burden. Once you clear the room, you walk first. At first, you hear only the birds and horseshoes. Then the man starts to whisper. Fast, eh? The apes are looking at us. You don't see any proof of that. Nothing we could do about it. I'll lead us to the southern gate. Yeah, he's probably just paranoid. You move forward, slowed down by having to secure the bundles on Magenta's back, carry your own bags. After half an hour, the man asks for a break. You know you shared your food with him, he's not fully recovered from days of hunger. But the farther away you get from the ruins, the more cheerful and talkative he gets. Mostly speaking about how he needs what he needs to buy and how much he hated that place. Then the beasts show up. Oh, crap. Still gleeful? Prepare my axe. A loud bunch of griffins blocks the road near a pond. For you, the colorful furs and feathers don't look much different than the pack you faced in the valley days ago. There's still some distance between you and them, but it can be crossed in less than a minute. There's maybe 20 beasts in sight. This time, they pay you much more attention. They spread their wings and start to screech, some making a few leaps forward. Your mount is too overloaded for you to turn away and get out of their range. Better to hold our ground, groans the scavenger, preparing his crossbow and dagger. True, let's stay on the defensive, but keep an eye on the horse. I turn toward the man. What's your plan? No, I'm not going to trust him with a plan. Quite the opposite. We should charge at them, yelling and swinging our weapons. Let's startle them. Let's focus on killing one of them as quickly as we can. Maybe the others will flee. And that's probably the best strategy. And if they don't, well, that's one less to deal with. He nods and moves in front of your mount, then raises his loaded weapon, aiming at the closest creature. Ready! Okay. Stay with just the dagger. Throw my axe at one of the beasts. I let the creatures get closer, then focus all my efforts on one of them. A fair fight may give them too much confidence. Once the man shoots, I dash toward the same target with a raised blade. Since I also have crossbow, I follow his lead. I do have a crossbow. Plus, I don't know if he's gonna shoot me. I don't know how good of a shot he is. Let's both aim. You're both squeezed between a couple of beasts. They're not even aware of the threat. You put away the crossbow and prepare your blade. Oh, come on. Fine. Better not shoot me. You wait for just a few breaths, then dash forward with a scream, hoping the arrow will land. And so it does. All it takes is a strong swing with your axe to send the creature to the ground in convulsions. You have enough time to follow up this feat, so you run at another beast, making you run away in panic. But the other griffins, especially those behind you, are not so easily scared. For the next minute, you slice and dice whatever you can hit, filling the air with screeches and feathers. The sheer number of opponents overwhelms you more than once, and it's difficult to keep pushing them away with your free hand. As you peek toward the scavenger, you see he's doing fairly well, jumping away whenever he lands a hit. But a short blade holds him back. You see blood coming from a few cuts through his clothes. Finally, it all ends, though not because of a lack of opponents. The 3 creatures you butchered are still convulsing from pain, but the others, some of them hurt, have enough strength to run away. Their will is broken, yet the pack will go on, at least for some time. Your gambeson keeps you in one piece. The man spits on the ground. Mapes and Ibexes bang this place day after day. He leans forward, taking a few deep breaths, and looks at you. Roadster, I thought you were dumb going away like that, but we're a fine team, you and I. He laughs briefly. Let me draw my ballista and we can move forward. Yeah, fine team, huh? Just smile, trying to ease me at the stance, better keep moving. Tell him to stay sharp, we have still have a long road ahead of us. Yeah, who knows what could happen. Man's sleeve and stomach are soaked with blood, but he tells you to ignore it. Once you get close to the pelt, he whistles enthusiastically. You weren't kidding, eh? What a fortress! The guards open the gate, take care of the scavenger's bundles, which Magenta welcomes with a nicker. The man introduces himself quickly and asks to be brought some water from the well. Thank you, Roaster. I need to ask the innkeep if he has any soap. I'm not gonna chop off my damn arm. He clicks with his tongue. But like I told you, if you want your coins, you have to come back tomorrow when my pouch gets heavier. Black and Wood prefer to give you the potion that repels 8 men instead. It's useful, but not much as in the south as it is here in the woods. I'll be here tomorrow or later. Don't leave before you pay me 5 dragon bones. I'll take the jar. Nah, I don't want the jar. You made that shit with urine. 5 dragon bones. I'll be here tomorrow. Don't worry, if anything, I can always leave them to the innkeep. I'll be here for at least a couple days. You'll find me around. After all my recent camping, I'm going to spend a few hours kissing this nice, strong wall. He starts to laugh and walks away, waving goodbye. Yeah, have fun with the wall. Alright. Oh, I haven't been to the armorer. We walk past the well, find a small open shed, not unlike the stable, but with a humble set of tables, carving tools, hammers, sharpening stones, pincers, knives, and other tools. As long as something could be solved by brute force, this place will find a way to do it. There are 2 people sitting on a long bench. The first one is a male with maybe 8-inch-long hair, a clean-shaven face, a thin, long yellow tunic, bare legs, and sandals. He ignores your presence, sewing a gambeson with great concentration. The second person is a boy, maybe 15, who's wearing the crude outfit of a farmer. He glances at you, but soon returns to sharpening a long dagger. Well, I mean, they glanced at me, so they know I'm here. Greetings, I guess? Man raises his head, but it's the boy who speaks, focused on his task. Ain't talking. Tell him what it is that you need. The man smiles in confirmation, looks at the piece of garment in his hands, then looks around, shrugs, and returns to you with a raised eyebrow. Okay. Can you patch my clothes? He shakes his head and points at the uneven seams on his own tunic, then grabs a crude bone needle and shows you its broken head. It wouldn't even if you had the tools, says the boy. I mean, you can try and Howler's Dell or Gale Rocks. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Now look at the youngster. Learning the trade, I see? Kind of, he answers reluctantly, but his teacher pats his knee, giving him a harsh look. The kid clears his throat. Yeah, but we both ain't masters, you see. It's not a soul to teach us, so once I'm ready, I'll try hunting instead. Fixing things for others is boring. The man grunts a sound, though you don't understand it. Seeing your face, the boy chuckles. You said safe. Let's meet in the middle. Boring, but safe. The man nods. Okay. Well, what can you service? He nods, points at the laces in the front of your jacket, raises his clenched fingers to your shoulders, then gently spreads and lowers them, as if he's taking off a robe. You follow his command and allow him to properly inspect your gambeson. After a few minutes, he gives it back, then reaches for his pouch. He pulls out 1 dragon bone, shrugs, then maybe another one, and waves both of them in the air, pursing his lips. He makes a few speech-like noises with his empty mouth, groaning what sounds like, I don't know. What? Okay. What is his offer? Okay, I pay him 1, I guess. And they'll repair it, but I don't have dragon coins right now, so Looks to leave the shed. What are the guards up to? The busy guards pay you no attention. You're approached by the guard in yellow armor who keenly observes you and asks if you're looking for someone. Oh yeah, I'm Quintus, the one who trained your team. You may need your help. Explain a difficult situation he finds himself in, putting emphasis on his wounds and food issues. Listening to your conversation, the nearby guards surround you, forming a circle together with the boar and ask you if Quintus is in one piece. Your tales causes the tension to give way to jokes. He's so scared of the wrath of the herds that he'll sooner eat his bloody crossbow than learn how to use it, says one of the older women. Let's give the poor guy a break, the guard in yellow armor interrupts, which is not welcomed by a one-eyed man who comments that he's not even here. After another minute, she grins at you. Thanks for telling us. We'll change some plans and get in touch with him during our next trip. Come on, not that. The same man chips in, but quiets down under the red head stare. I have a job for your crew. There are some goblins in the nearby ruins that pose a danger on the road. Oh, that's right. I did encounter some goblins, didn't I? As long as it involves someone paying for it, I'm ready to listen. What do you know about the pack? Without interruptions, you tell as much as you can. Getting rid of them will do the trick, sure, but as long as those buildings ain't razed to the ground, new beasts will move in sooner or later. Do I want to stop you from reaching into your pouch? Brief smile crooks her lips. Now you need to take care of some things first. Hunters or not, we don't raid a lair blindly. Okay, well, what do you want me to do? She lists your tasks one by one, in the meantime, bending forward to brush the boar. Make sure you've looked around the entire village. My crew will get mad if it turns out the yet another lair is just behind the corner. Then be sure there's no soul around. When we fight, we don't do rescue jobs. If we do, they cost a lot. The boar grunts and turns around, leading her to its other side. Speaking of which, for you it's going to be, squints her eyes, but 11 coins. We'll take some of the loot we find. We won't let go of magic swords and rings just because. Not that I expect any. She straightens up, but who knows? Okay, I don't have the 11 dragons she's asked me for. But just so you know, I'll bring my axe with me. He looks at you as if you're a lunatic. We won't take you with us, Leto. If you can kill a goblin, good. But we have a team. Our own words. Knowledge of our strong and weak sides. We don't need you around. Just give us 2 or 3 days after you pay us. We'll take care of it. 11 dragon coins is a lot. I might just do it myself. Or leave it alone. Knowledge of wild creatures. Do I have any? No, I don't think I have any questions. Alright, the inn. Let's talk to the innkeeper. Tell him what we've learned so far. You again. Need anything? Any leftovers? Yep, you're lucky. I was planning to give it to the boar. He goes to the stove and in a couple of minutes prepares you a meal. Here. You see a roasted rat with a mushroom sauce and a bowl of simple cabbage soup. While eating, he asks you if you need anything else. Oh, this is great. Hold on, let me just enjoy this. I should probably tell you about Quintus. He looks at a mug, listening to your tale. So what do you expect me to do with him once he's here? You can handle some easy tasks. Ask him to be on the lookout for the beasts and travelers. He's a brave, strong soul. He could assist you hunters on their trips. Yeah, I mean, he did train them after all. We use our wits and traps, not so much brute force, but I guess you're right. A fierce fighter may be of use. He rubs his arm and reaches for a piece of roasted lizard. Bring him here. From Gruel. I'm going to sleep, and I'll pay him once he helps us catch some worthy game. Sounds good. Do I have anything you'd like to buy? Show me your wares. Yeah, do you have anything that you want to buy for me? I don't think I have anything new. Pull out some items, but the innkeeper shakes his head. I don't need those, nor could I sell them to anyone. I'd rather make coin than waste them, so bring me something of value. I'm trying, man. Alright, Balglessia's band. He freezes, observing your hand silently. Let's look at the ants from the Mayor of Howlers then. Okay, I can't tell him what I've learned so far? Alright, fine. Not to ask about someone? Tell me about... Old man? Hold on. Old man? Alright, well, I tried. Take a long look at the main hall. Yeah, Pyros. I was gonna say maybe I could buy some off of him, but I don't have any dragon coins to spend. Hey, Roaster, need anything? Yeah, how are you enjoying your stay? Well, I've just arrived. I can tell you more tomorrow when I spend a few hours on something soft. But that smell around me is quite something, isn't it? I'm going to the well soon. Let's learn more about the peninsula. Tell me about your travels. Look at that. I really don't want to hear about his travels. Alright. Go to the well. The recently renovated wooden roof covers the well from rain and birds. When the guards enjoying the cold drink, he drew with a bucket and tells you to use only as much as necessary. Well, can't get cleaner. Alright. Traveling it is. Gotta find that dolmen after all. Curvy road is overgrown, which into trots when it has a chance. More often it walks, forced to jump over larger branches blocking the path. The nearby lake is surrounded by thirsty wildlife. I observe the dark forest, ready to react if something jumps at me. A couple of stone slabs would turn into a hut-like shape when the ancient chapels raised by the priests of the United Church in the days of few soldiers and fewer shelters. The dolmens proved to be especially durable, but the condition they offered were harsh. The entrance is barely wide enough to let you walk inside. It was meant to keep larger beasts away, including palfrey. Can't spend the night here. Dismount and look around. Well, I'm just looking for the potion. I approach the hourglass carved into stone. It's the most common religious sign of the city folk, adopted by the United Church, Orders of Truth, and the majority of fellowships. It's used in temples and during their funeral rites, but also to decorate codices or jewelry. The winged hourglass portrays the ephemerality of life and the rigidity of time. When possible, they're made of steel, signifying the strength of humankind's determination and innovation. As a member of the United Church, it's my duty to touch the hourglass and pray. No point in praying when not a soul sees me. Oh. Times are tough, who knows? Maybe it is. The stone welcomes your open palm coldly. The hourglass doesn't start to shine. The birds don't cease their singing. There's no incense inviting you into the chapel. Yet once you close your eyes, gather your thoughts, and rub the sacred sign with your fingers, your soul is focused and tranquil, as if awakened after a long rest. Your prayers, built from phrases that you've heard repeated dozens of times of a priest, but some words come straight from your heart. When you ask for right's guidance, you feel invigorated. So be it, you conclude, as tradition has taught you. Step away. Not that did anything. The Gentubs are observing the area. Guess we're going inside the chapel. The beams of light get through the gaps between the rocks, and you can hardly see anything. A torch would fill the place with smoke, but a candle will suffice. You wonder how many travelers have sat on the cold rock, observing the entrance and fighting with their heavy eyelids. Let's light up a candle. You unpack the tinder barks from your saddles, then place the flint and linen char cloth on the narrow slab sticking out to the right of the entrance. Decades ago, before the sudden invasion, people used fire strikers made of thick steel, but all you have left is a cube-like piece of harsh pyrite. It's not the best, but enough to make a couple sparks. Sadly, the weak light is hardly enough to let you examine the chamber. The candle may be weak, but I'm patient. Look for clues carefully. You touch your surroundings, bringing the candle closer whenever something catches your attention. Even though part of the ground is covered with a single massive slab, there are sections free of any flooring. See soil, small rocks, sand, and in one spot you feel the remains of charred wood. Also, you notice sticky soot on the walls. Parts of it cover black marks and pictures, possibly letters. Anywhere I could put a key? Look around. Walk. Don't find her or I can't understand you. Key to a secret passage in a dolmen. Secret passage. If it's here, it's hidden. Well, yeah. It's a secret passage. Door. There are no doors in the walls, and considering the size of this dolmen, it has only one chamber. Okay. Keyhole. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't know what else I would call it. A lock, keyhole. Crevice? Ah. Human access to iron makes padlocks a rare commodity. Maybe that would be a padlock. I mean, I did right lock. Nope. I'm in the dolmen. I don't know what to look for. Said there were letters? A large part of the wall is covered with engravings. It's difficult to figure out what they are meant to portray, but one picture is obvious to you. A long arrow pointing down. Parts of the writing, as well as nearby walls, covered with soot. Damn. Ground? Even though part of the ground is covered with a single massive slab, there are sections free of any flooring. Okay, so I see the arrow right there. I see soil, small rocks, sand, and one spot, charred wood. Okay, charred wood. Part of the floors littered with the remains of an old campfire, not more than a couple of months old. You see dust, burnt bones, and wood. The wall above this spot is covered with soot. Okay, how about soot? You notice sticky soot on the walls. Part of it covers black marks and pictures, possibly letters. Yeah, I wanna wipe that. How do I wipe that? Okay. Arrow? Large part of the wall is covered with engravings. Difficult to figure out what they mean. Long arrow pointing down. Yeah, I got that part. Don't have anything I can wipe the soot off? Like, I'm sure I have some linen. Going outside. Maybe an hourglass? Damn. 3 hours. Is there linen I can find in here? So there was a campfire. Anything else left in the campfire? Wall. Oh, that's real funny. Rock? Okay, soil. This is the remnants of the campfire, right? This is the part that's covered. And then something down there somehow. I just need something to put this key in. A crack? Ah. Key. Ah, forget it. It's over this way. Neglected path barely finds any space among all the hills, trees, and streams. There's a deer on the ground, lying in red puddles, surrounded by a small pack of creatures which notice your presence quickly. Oh, shit. There's about 8 of them, with thick furs and shades of brown, gray, and black, and hairless faces with small eyes and large mouths. Currently, stained by the blood of their prey, some of them move on all fours, while others comfortably stand on 2 feet. They are 2 or 3 heads shorter than you, but it's your mount which truly towers over them. And you see how a couple of the beasts take a few steps back, grunting and glancing at one another. The one with the gray fur shouts, and the others move towards the rocks, sticks which are piled on the road. They hold them awkwardly, and some struggle to maintain a straight posture, leaning on their new weapons for support. Then, almost all of them spread to your left and right, blending with the shrubs loudly. Only 2 of the apes are standing still. Okay. Pack of goblins, huh? Whatever. I'm frustrated from that dolmen search. Fine. Grab my axe and hold the reins tightly. Magenta tries to turn around, but Loli follows your directions. Okay, I could charge the goblins in the middle of the road. I could scream at the pack, shaking my weapon, and try to scare them away. I still have time to load my crossbow, throw them some food. Maybe they'll leave me alone. Look behind me, just to make sure they are not already there. No, that's probably not smart. I make a few threatening swings, focusing my attention on the beasts that enter the forest. Dismount and ready for combat. Wait for them to move. There's no time to load the crossbow. I need to stay in saddle. I won't be able to keep my horse safe. They're going to surround me soon. It's time to act. No, I doubt they'd be scared. If I charge the goblin in the middle of the road, they'll just surround me. Damn, they're smart. I don't think I have any food. No, I do have some food. Okay, throw them some food. You reach for a food ration, cut the linen sheath from your blade, and throw the fruits, nuts, and meat in both directions, but mostly toward the goblins on the road. They step back, then glance at the food laying in deer's blood, and look back at you, showing their tusks. They don't seem hungry. Then you get stabbed in the back, literally. Turn around, seeing a goblin that, as far as you can tell, was not a part of the group surrounding the carcass. Damn! It's holding a wooden spear, rather a pointed stick, longer than the creature is tall, and now covered with your blood on its tip. You could swear the creature is smiling at your pain. Triumphantly shouts, echoed by its companions. You wonder how many of them are still hiding among the trees. You can't win. Can't run away. Only one move to do. Your mount speeds up, though it doesn't have enough space to enter a gallop. Prepare your weapon, but while you may have hundreds of hours of training behind you, hardly any of them happen in the saddle. You do your best to focus. The young goblin attempts to stop your horse, but the strike it receives sends it into the nearby bush, screaming in pain. The gray one, however, manages to grab your boot, and is now trying to keep up with your speed, making one long leap after another. The first strong swing of your axe wasn't able to reach the target. Spear would do better in this scenario. Damn. I can aim for its head. better. The only thing I could probably aim for, kick it off. I have to ride faster. Let's kick it off. You swing your foot around, at least you try, overwhelmed by the weight and muscle of the beast. Before you manage to land your hit, your leg is already in great pain. The beast, however, gets scared. It lets go of the boot and leaps away, landing on 2 hind legs. It shouts after you, but stops the pursuit. Though it hurts, your leg is free. The road is clear. Guess we have to ride. For a few moments, you hear the angry shouts and screeches, but soon after that, it's again only you and your mount. Time to see what we're going to find down the road. Fallen tree. A round pine tree blocks the road. For a wayfarer walking over the thin branches at the top is not much of an issue. Even Magenta, led on a rope, could walk around the stump, but a large wagon couldn't move onward in one piece. At least not without detaching the mules, unpacking all the wires and moving everything by hand. Cutting a tree into pieces would take hours, using the proper tools. You can't hope to move it with just the muscles that you and your mount have to offer. Damn. It'd be a decent spot for a fish trap if I had one. Which I don't. Not on me. Alright, well, while we're here, I guess I can wash myself. The river's full of life, not only a bit brown and greenish, but also smelling of algae. Won't help you much. Damn. Alright. Let's take a look around. What do we want to investigate? I guess the surrounding area. Walk deeper into the wilderness, searching through the shrubs and trees. You don't find any side paths, nor remains of a camp or a hamlet. The first game trail you find has been used exclusively by animals. Okay, the tree. The leaves are not completely dry, and when you break one of the twigs, it still contains water. There are no signs of sickness that you can recognize, and the termites and other bugs are still sparse. Beneath the trunk, there is no blood, no abandoned limbs. Okay, so this is recent. Looks like it's been cut. The stumps. You don't find any marks of a maw or paws. The top is hip high and unusually smooth. You can hump this down on it. Oh, it's definitely been cut. Why is it just left here? The tracks. In the trampled grass, you find 2 sets of tracks to follow. There are no hoof prints. The first set is near the destroyed wagon. The wayfarers suddenly stop. You can see where they made a sharp turn. The second trail is close to the tree stump. Most of the marks were left by flat, cheap boots. Not suitable for long walks, but someone was wearing hard, wide heels, distorting the ground. Both tails avoid the eastern wilderness. They stick to the main road and lead you north. They could have belonged to 24 people, maybe more. You follow them for a bit, but lose them once there's no more mud and tree needles to find. Damn. Alright, what about the wagon? Planks are still firm and there's no mustiness in the air, but the vehicle needs just a push to fall to pieces, like a child's toy with nothing to keep the parts together. There are ways to construct the wagon with just wood, leather, and fiber, but you find the marks of hinges, braces, nails, and clamps, which are now all gone. They probably took them with them. The wheels are missing their steel rims. You find only one linen bag, empty and moist. The wheels are missing their steel rims. You find only one linen bag, empty and moist. You can't estimate how deep the tracks are. The ground was hard, so the cart's weight wasn't a significant factor. I think I already looked at the river, didn't I? It would take only 2 steps to disappear in the deep water. The rocky bank smells fresh and is filled with the sound of frogs, insects, and birds. It's not a good spot to quench your thirst. The beds of long kelp, pulled by the flow of the river, are crowded with fish and 4-legged creatures that you don't even recognize. You keep an eye on the land. There's no carcass in sight, no signs of shells that would be left nearby. Okay, the bushes. All the berries left, only broken twigs, fallen leaves, and trampled grass. There's a pointy arrow made by a human hand, with a head made of horn, black-orange lechon. You don't know what type of bird would have such feathers. You see no arrow marks around, not even on the wagon. Oh, this is here. simple arrow. You found the southeastern part of the woods near a fallen tree. You don't recognize the type of bird feathers used in the fletching. Black-orange. Keep an eye out. The road? The road here is already being overgrown, fading away, but it's in no worse shape than the other parts of this southeastern route. An alternative route was formed around the blockade. Yeah, it is recent after all. We checked out the tree, we checked out the stump. Western Hill. The rocky wall is much of a challenge. The top of the hill is covered with short grass and sparse trees. You notice a couple of bushes with a good view of the road. Just next to the remains of a campfire, charred piece of wood, ash, bird bones, trampled grass, and a broken earthenware bottle. You follow the deepest tracks leading to the edge of the soft earth. Someone jumped down, or at least stopped stepping on the grass. Someone jumped down. Okay, let's figure out what happened here. It was cut down, set up an ambush. It was broken by a monster. No. It was broken by the wind. Definitely not. It was dying from an illness. Also no. So it probably cut down to set up an ambush. How was the wagon abandoned? Well, it wasn't attacked by monsters. The owners had no time to move it, so they left it behind. It was attacked by highwaymen. It broke, and the owners weren't able to fix it. Now, if it's an ambush, it was attacked by highwaymen. What was originally transported on the wagon? That, I don't know. It's impossible to tell. But obviously some valuable merchandise, or else they wouldn't be packing it. What happened to the owners of the wagon? Well, they weren't killed. They must have been taken, because if they jumped down, then they would have had free reign to wrestle them down. They weren't killed. Yeah, they must have been taken north. There's a 12 dozen, or 2 dozen. You'd think that the tree was cut down to set up an ambush. The car, which transported some valuable merchandise, was attacked by highwaymen. Its owners were taken north. Yeah, that's what happened. Well, you can't be sure of what really happened here. You don't think there's much left for you to find. Let's hope you haven't missed anything. Okay. Well, best I better head back. Lights are promising a refuge. Guards have bows and spears in their hands, and some rush to the gate only to close it again right after you ride inside. Bored with life, Roadwarden? One of them grumbles. And you know it's almost dark? Yeah, I did. And you could say that. Maybe life's bored with me. But it's nice to be close to the inn. Best I could do is sleep on a bench. At least have a blanket. The rains once again hit the ground, interrupting your sleep. Another day of muddy roads. Guess what else could I expect, being a Roadwarden? The moon is bright, and so is the night. You recognize the shapes of owls and bats and spot movement on the ground. There are many stories about the moon's origins and purpose, and they're older than any of the doctrines known in the cities. These legends are shared not by religions. These legends are shared not by religions, but rather by tribes, as if they are part of a deeper conviction. Something spread through the milk of mothers and wet nurses, or through the whispers of the trees and winds. The moon is a powerful spirit who watches and guides humankind when we have no sun to protect us, and so we call what's in the center the eye. I thought it should look like an eye. A large rock that one day will fall from the sky and crush everything that's alive, starting a new age of darkness. This age of darkness is bad enough. For some reason, it controls the weather, gathers weak clouds like a shepherd, shapes the tides. It's a home of strange animals. They're different, but as bright as humans, and sometimes visit the land. And the moon is up there, and we are here now. Who cares what it hides? I certainly don't have time for such thoughts.